If you like the following content and you don't want to miss a video, hit subscribe and ring this bell to join my notification squad. What's up, boys and girls? This is Aaron again, and I'm back with the JBL Clip 2 in red. This is retailing for 99 Singapore dollars, and I'm going to unbox it and review it. But I know why you're here. You're here for that thing, are you? Don't worry, we'll get to that. But first, the unboxing. USB cable, the speaker. This comes out together like this, and literature. Okay. How do you even take it out? Wow, scary. Yep, so this is what you have in the box. You have a USB cable, the speaker, and instructions manual and literature. I gotta say that this speaker looks a little bit bigger than the JBL Clip Plus, which I used to review back in the day. And if you want to watch that old review that I did, you can click right over here. Suffice to say that I like the design of the new Clip Plus Clip 2 better. On the front face, the speaker grill is overlaid with a hydrophobic membrane for waterproofing, so it's got a cloth texture to it. This speaker has IPX7 waterproofing, so it's perfectly safe to use in the bathroom or at the pool. And it has 8 hours, up to 8 hours of playtime. And as before, you have a 3.5mm cord attached to it, so you can just plug it into your phone or into your computer if you want to save battery, for instance. It says here this has wireless daisy chain, so it may be possible to pair this up with another JBL Clip 2 so that you can stream your music throughout the house. Maybe one speaker in the living room, one speaker in the kitchen. Okay, so let's take a closer look. On one side, you have the volume control buttons and the speakerphone button. On the other side, you have the Bluetooth pairing button, power button, and a trapdoor, a rubber trapdoor with the USB charging port inside. So I can see this is well protected. It certainly is waterproof IPX7. The carabiner is triangular shape, and I had this concern that the speaker will appear lopsided when you hang it, but apparently not. Apparently the carabiner actually has some leeway. It will not appear lopsided at all if you hang it. So before we test the sound quality, let's talk about why you're really here, alright? You are here because of the nipple clamp challenge. Let me explain how it's gonna go. This has a carabiner, and the carabiner has a clamp.
If we can get this video to 1,000 likes, 1,000 likes, I will clamp my nipple with this.
But I'm having second thoughts now because this is apparently quite a tight clamp. Wow, it's gonna get painful, but I will do it if we can get this video to 1,000 likes. And don't forget to subscribe so that you stay notified, okay? Let's get to the sound quality test right now. Now let's start by playing some royalty-free music because I need ad revenue, man. I'm poor!
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
I'm a poor guy. I don't have money. Okay, let's start off by playing something with bass. It sounds pretty clean, and this is at 80% volume. Clean sound. Not a lot of bass, but I guess that's understandable. Funny how it doesn't sound flat. You know, it's still got a little bit of volume to the sound. Let's increase the volume to max it out. I can only hear distortion in the lower frequencies. The mids a tiny little bit, but the highs are still very well controlled. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Yeah, that was pretty loud. That's gotta be like, I think 95 or 98 decibels. It's quite loud for a speaker this small. Let's play something else. Bring the volume down. So you really get the kick only at about 80% volume to 90%. Anything lower than 70% is pretty soft. Now how does it perform for more relaxing music? Okay, let's play something. A bit of distortion in the upper bass frequencies, but overall quite a clean sound. There isn't any background hiss, which is great, and I'm playing it quite loud. Clean sound quality. This has a pretty clean and airy sound, although I will say this, if you want better bass performance, you might want to go for the Sony SRS XB-10. This has better mid-range and treble performance as compared to the Sony. This has a cleaner sound quality overall, and at higher volume levels, it's a lot better controlled. Okay, next up, let's watch some video.
We live in a society we live in it.
Just a little tiny bit of audio video lag. That was like a 0.1 second delay only. It's very slight, but it's definitely there. Okay, so let's try out the sound quality when I plug this cable into my phone, okay? Let's play same music. I might be mistaken here, but it actually sounds a little bit louder and a little bit cleaner. Yeah. The bass performance is about the same, but it sounds a lot brighter and cleaner. Interesting. If you're playing it via Bluetooth, it's already quite clean sounding, and it's already is great, right? But cleaner sound quality, use the cable. So that's all I gotta say about the Clip 2 for now. I'm gonna use this for a couple of weeks. If I've got anything more to say, I'll come back with another video. But so far, I like its performance. I think it's a great speaker to have, carabiner and all, and yeah, $99. Go up and grab it. If it's on promo, even better. Thank you for watching. If you want to stay tuned for more videos from me and you don't want to miss out on the nipple clamp challenge, subscribe and don't forget to ring the bell to join my notification squad. And if you'd like to help me out with a small financial contribution, you can become my patron on Patreon. That's right, every single contribution you make on Patreon will go a long way towards helping me keep this channel going and earn you some rightfully deserved brownie points. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and peace out.